Is trying to communicate with others getting more difficult recently? People that you're used to communicating with, maybe like spouses or loved ones, friends, coworkers. People that you used to have no problem previously, now you seem to not be able to understand each other. Like, you know, you're not crazy. You're speaking common sense words, but they just can't seem to understand you and what you're saying. Sound familiar? Well, I can assure you, you're not alone. How do I know this? Well, it's literally how the universe works. And it happens to everyone. Let me explain. So most of you probably already know this, right? Everything is energy, including you. You've probably heard what you put out into the universe comes back to you, yeah? So meaning it's matched. So if you put out good energy comes back to you. And if you put out bad energy comes back to you. So let's talk about how energy works inside of our bodies as humans. So how do you feel when you've just accomplished something, right? That you're super proud of, right? Like a lifelong goal or a major event, like marriage, having a baby, graduation, something like that, right? How do you feel? You're thrilled, you're excited, super positive, right? Jived, or we would call that like high vibing, also known as in the energy world, like high vibration. So you're functioning as a high vibrational being, right? Like a human. And then how do you feel when you've just heard some really horrible news, or your day or your week just is not going well, or how you thought it should be going, right? Everything's going south. You feel down, you feel sad, or maybe even just negative, right? You just feel low. You're low vibing or a low vibrational state, right? And I'm sure some of you have heard you're low vibing or you're high vibing. I'm sure you heard those before, right? Well, the truth is we all get to vibe however we want, right? It depends on what life is throwing at us at the time and whatever feeling we decide to attach to that thing that life is throwing at us. We can attach a positive, high vibrational feeling, right? So that excitement, that positivity or love feeling, or we can attach a low vibrational feeling like fear or negativity or pissed offness, if that's even a word. You know what I'm saying. So the truth is, you might be low vibing, low vibration 1 minute, and then the high vibing next minute, right? It's literally what makes us human. One is not better than the other. One is not better than the other. We're all human. And we've all done the lows and we all done the highs. No one can stay in one or the other all the time, right? We are all just trying to get into that balanced state, right? So regardless, no one should be worrying about where you're vibrating, right? You're only in charge of you. What someone else vibrates at, right, it's none of our concern, none of your concern, nor your control. It's theirs, right? So what's happening? And why would our loved one, friend, or coworker not be able to hear us sometimes, right? Why is that? Why is that happening? Well, when someone is in a different vibrational state than somebody else, and they try to talk to them, right? Especially when they're trying to come to an understanding of something, right? They can quickly get to a misunderstanding of each other because their vibration of energy is not matching. And therefore, they literally cannot understand each other. So think of it like this. You are in that high vibrational state because you just celebrated that big event, right? Or whatever you were excited about. And you were on that super high, positive, running through you energy, right? And then you ran into the friend that just had the worst day of their life, okay? How long, right? They're the worst energy and you're the highest energy. Imagine that happened. How long is that friend going to want to stay in your presence? They can literally feel your positivity coming at them, right? How long are they going to want to stay there in front of you? They're not going to want to stay there very long. They're going to want to get out of there because right then they are not in the right place because they're of their own circumstance or situation that they're dealing with, right? Right? They literally can't get away from you fast enough. It's just a natural thing. So if you were to force them into a conversation with you right then, it would be a really hard time for them to do that. Does that make sense? So when you have those two very different vibrations of energy of people and you try to work out a problem, right, or a situation that you're in, it just isn't going to work because the energy is just not matching. The only way the two of those energies would be able to understand each other, or those people would be able to understand each other, is number one, you would have to become aware of the situation, meaning the two of you would have to acknowledge that you were both in different vibrations of energy and take a deep breath in and meet in the middle ground vibrationally, right? Take a deep breath, calm down, and meet in the middle. That's the only way. But that is very difficult to do, right? It's really difficult because that person's really on the high and the other one needs to be on the low for, sometimes you need to be sad for a minute. You need to feel all the feels for a minute, and that's okay, right? That's okay. So what do you do in that situation? Well, if you can't come to that middle ground, you can't acknowledge and you can't come to the middle ground, which is usually 9 times out of 10, one person needs to walk away to protect their energy, right? One person has to walk away and agree to come back to that conversation later when you're in a middle ground, when you can be, right? Otherwise, if you don't walk away, which happens a lot of the time as well, it does not end out well, right? It never ends up the way you want it to. Believe me, I've been there, done that, and I'm sure you have as well. Now, why would the one not want to meet in the middle ground? Why would that one not be willing to meet in the middle ground and the one would? The one that walks away. Why would that happen? I'm clearly talking about the one that is in the lower vibration, right? The one that's in the lower vibration, that's not willing to come to the middle, okay? Why would they do that? Well, most likely it's because they don't see themselves as having any problems and they want to blame someone else. That is most likely they have some previous things from their past that they have either not addressed or healed from. There is typically something in their past that has hurt them that they either need to forgive themselves for or someone else. And we are now at a time in the universe where you either need to address these things, and if you don't, you'll lose people in your life that are vibrating at a different vibration than you. And that is okay. If you are not ready to release things from your past, heal things from your past, that is okay, because not everybody is ready to let those things go. Maybe someday you will. But if you are ready to let them go, do it now. Because I will tell you, holding on to them any longer than you need to, really, it doesn't serve you at all. In fact, it holds you back, and you will start losing people that you love in your life because of the situations I just talked about and that I'm describing here. Believe me. And how do I know this? Well, it's because I literally teach this for a living. I teach people this. I am a certified transformational life coach. And this knowledge has literally saved my life and, quite honestly, my marriage. And it's helped many, many of my clients and thousands of people around the world that have come through our coaching program. And I just want you to know that you're not alone. It's perfectly normal to be high vibing, low vibing, and all the in-betweens. And communication nowadays may feel really off, and it's going to be okay. Take a deep breath. The good news is, wherever you fall on any given day, it's never too late to release yourself from the past, forgive yourself or others, so you can move forward to the life that is waiting for you, the life that you love. So if this describes you in any way, shape, or form, and you're looking for a coach to help you navigate these waters, check out my website. My link is in the bio there. And you can book time with me on my contact page. I'd love to chat with you. I actually have some group sessions that are starting in September, and you don't want to miss out on these sessions. I would love to help you. In the meantime, check out my page. Thanks, everyone.